Happy Wednesday, everyone. We are officially finished with Russ and Aubrey's 1979 Chevrolet K20. We'll post this along with some before pictures, but her dad had this back when she was in high school. She drove it in high school. It was sold, then parted out, and basically found in the weeds, left for dead parts truck when we went and got it. So the red doesn't match because this is actually the original red. It's been repainted before. So I went off with a code of what 1979 is. I think it's cardinal red. Started it in 77. So eventually, when she restores it, it'll need a bed, eventually a cab. We kind of patched the cab up to get her by. This door's been boogered before. We did what we could to make it work. But I don't know if everybody can see that with the sunlight. But it had no front clip on it, no drivetrain in it, other than the axles. This truck was sold brand new in Frankfort, Kansas. I went to gmheritage.com and put the VIN in, and for 50 bucks, they'll give you the invoice. But this truck was originally a 400 small block, 400 transmission and 203 from the factory. It now has a 1975 350 with a 700 R4 and a 208 transfer case. You can see we put worn lockout hubs in it because it still had the automatic hubs from the factory still in it. Those are just LMC aftermarket fenders that I had that and the hood painted. My friends at New Boys Square Body hooked me up with some good used Scottsdale 20s. It needs tires. In fact, one blew out while it sat in the shop. So I had an old spare I stuck on it. That's the one that blew out. So now she's got 4 tires and wheels and a spare. Sits there and idle, sounds good. That tailgate is original to the truck. It must have sat in storage or a building because it is not all faded out like the red is. I polished it up a little bit, but when you're dealing with a lot of rust around the bed, really not too much to polish on. Clean the windows. That's our original seat cover that was in it. I took it off, threw it through the washer, put it back on as best I could. It's starting to fray a little bit, but it had an old junk steering wheel on it. We sourced a good correct steering wheel for a Scottsdale. You can see it carries good oil pressure, charges. I've driven it a couple times up and down the road. Those are original door panels we just cleaned up. The wing windows are all busted out, and I had a good set of wing windows I stuck in it for, and we put all new rubbers in. So the mirrors are cracked. I got her some mirrors right there she can put on. We patched the cab as best we could. This actually really needs a cab, but it'll work until she finds one. But overall, I mean, just for sitting and wing windows out of it, it's actually a pretty decent truck. That Pepsi can's from 1996. Found that under the seat. She said her mom used to drink Diet Pepsi. But one thing I will never do again is put vinyl flooring in these trucks. I got the vinyl flooring from the same place I get the carpets for these trucks. ACC carpets, or AC carpets. And never again. I fit really good back here, but for some reason up here. So if I let it lay out and everything. If I was good here, I was way off up here. So I made it work. This not being a full-on restoration and probably going to be a work truck, it just did the best I could to make it look okay. Had a lot of trimming to do. There's no need for them to, I mean, they have, each side is probably a good 6 to 8 inches too much. Same with up here. But anyway, that's beside the point. A lot of people wondered why I painted the motor blue, because it was orange. This came out of a '85 Suburban that I bought from a friend, and blue is a period correct. Blue is a GM corporate that they used. So, looks really good and sanitary. We had to put all new brake lines, rotors, pads, master cylinder. Redid the heater box. There's a little bit of rust right here, so I basically just kind of cleaned that up a little bit and then just taped that off and undercoated it. There's our correct jack. I had a good 4-core radiator that I had fixed and stuck in it for, which is what it would have came with, being a 400. So sits there and idles good. We had to put a new balancer on it. The other one was about ready to come apart. New fuel pump. I had some fuel lines from another parts truck. All total, we have about 130 hours. Actually, more than that in it. But I charged it for 130 hours. So, but other than the kind of difference, it looks pretty darn good. So the whole, you know, this didn't have a clip on it. You guys can look at the pictures, and gals can look at the pictures. But I had from a 79 all of this front core support. That hood is 79-80 hood. When I bought it, it was white. I thought it was a little bit better shape than it's in, but you know what? Like I said, it adds some character. I told her she probably ought to get some struts or some supports for that, but shift's good, brakes good. Yeah. Russ and Aubrey, there's your truck. We'll see you Saturday. Thanks everybody, and I hope you like what we do. I'll throw this on YouTube also, but like, share, comment. Appreciate Russ and Aubrey letting me have a chance of bringing this one back from the dead. From dead to driving. Everybody have a great Wednesday.